Hello and a massive welcome back to all you apprentices at Kent Business College. This is session 3 of our Dyslexia Awareness training, and today we're gonna flip the script completely.
So, let me ask you something. When you hear the word dyslexia, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most people, it's a list of challenges, right? Things that are difficult, but that's only half the story. Not even. In this explainer, we're going to dive into the other half, the powerful, the valuable, and let's be honest, the seriously awesome side of the dyslexic brain.
Look, we've all heard plenty about what can be tough, but that's not what this is about. This session is all about your strengths. We're talking about the unique skills that dyslexic thinking brings to the table and how they can literally be your secret weapon in your apprenticeship and way beyond.
To really get this, we've got to stop thinking of dyslexia as some kind of broken system. It's not, at all. Think of it more like a different cognitive style. It's your brain's unique operating system, and it processes information in a totally distinct and often a totally brilliant way.
Okay, so check this out. A lot of brains are wired to think in a linear way, right? Step by step. A leads to B, B leads to C. But dyslexic brains, they're often wired for what we call interconnected thinking. You know what that's like? It's like having 20 browser tabs open in your head at once, but here's the crazy part, you know exactly what's on every single one. It's not chaos, you're just seeing patterns and making connections that everybody else is missing.
And that right there is what we mean by a cognitive style. It's just the way your brain is built to work. It's not a defect, it's not a problem that needs fixing, it's just different. You know, like being left-handed. You wouldn't walk up to a left-handed person and say they're writing wrong, would you? Of course not. It's exactly the same thing.
All right, here we go. This is the fun part. Let's start unpacking this amazing toolkit of strengths that comes with your unique cognitive style. It is officially time to talk about your superpowers.
And first up on the list, big picture thinking. This is that incredible ability to see the entire forest when everyone, and I mean everyone else, is lost looking at one or two trees.
Does any of this sound familiar? You're in a team meeting, and you're the one who hits pause and asks, hang on, what's the actual goal here? You can just see the finished product, the final result, while other people are still figuring out where to even start. That ability to zoom out, that's a massive, massive advantage. And that big picture view, it leads us straight into our next power, creative problem solving. Because you see things differently, you solve things differently. It's that simple. When a plan completely falls apart, and let's be real, they always do, you're the person people look to. You come at problems from these weird and wonderful angles and find solutions that are just completely outside the box. And in any workplace where things almost never go to plan, that is absolutely priceless. Okay, another really common strength is visual thinking. So many dyslexic people think in pictures, in 3D models, in moving images, not just in words on a page. Have you ever found yourself immediately going to YouTube to figure out how to do something instead of trying to read a super dense instruction manual? Yep, that's visual thinking in action, and it is a huge asset for understanding how things fit together, whether you're planning a workspace layout or trying to assemble some new piece of equipment.
Now this next one. This one might actually surprise you. While writing can sometimes feel like a real slog, so many people with dyslexia are incredibly skilled communicators when they actually speak. Maybe you're the one who's fantastic at explaining a really complicated process to a new client. Or you're great at leading a team discussion or giving a presentation. That ability to get ideas across clearly and persuasively just with your voice, that is a major, major asset, especially in any role that needs teamwork and collaboration. Okay, so you've got all these amazing strengths. That's fantastic, right? But how do you actually use them in your day-to-day work as an apprentice? Let's get practical. Technology can be your absolute best friend here. If you're a visual thinker, get on those mind mapping apps to plan out projects. If you're a strong talker, use speech-to-text software to blast through your reports. See? These tools aren't a crutch for a weakness. They're a power-up for your natural strengths.
And hey, this isn't all on you. Your mentors and your employers, they have a huge part to play in this. When they understand your strengths, they can start matching you with tasks where you're just going to naturally shine. They can create an environment where your unique way of thinking is finally seen as the incredible asset it really is.
So let's bring this all home. It's time to completely reframe how you see yourself. Your dyslexic thinking isn't something you need to hide or apologize for. It is a genuine, competitive, professional advantage. I want this idea to really sink in. It's a journey, you know? First, maybe you saw a deficit. Then you start to see a difference. And finally, you realize that this difference is actually a powerful strength. The moment you truly own that, your confidence is going to soar, and you can start advocating for what you need from a position of real power.
And this quote just says it all perfectly. This isn't about some battle you have to win or something inside you that needs to be fixed. It's about understanding your own unique cognitive style and learning how to harness it. It's about working with your brain, not against it. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Think about all those superpowers we just talked about. Big picture thinking, creative problem solving, your visual skills, your verbal communication. Which one of those are you going to consciously, deliberately use tomorrow? Go on, get out there and show them what your amazing brain can really do.